Backing projects on Kickstarter or Indiegogo is a lot like sticking your penis into a glory hole. You never know what you're gonna get, or in most cases, what you're not going to get. You roll the dice with your wallet by backing something you think looks good, but a lot of times it doesn't deliver, it never had a chance of delivering, or you get something that's super shitty or not at all what you thought it would be. But Indiegogo, I think, is far worse than Kickstarter in this department because a lot of the projects that go up there just seem like they have no vetting whatsoever, where they'll have these products that aim to cure climate change by making you put a butt plug in your asshole or something for $50 on their campaign. It's just outrageous pseudoscience nonsense. And to illustrate this point, I found the latest one that I think is quite the banger. This is the Lucha T8.
Life on our planet exists in balance. Or at least it should. Yet, as we shaped our world, we've tilted the scales, and now the natural balance between us and our planet is lost.
Yeah, that should just be all kinds of red flags. Unless you're like an anti-vax mom, that right there should just tell you this product they're about to sell is super bullshit. They're making it sound like some Star Wars shit, you know? We're just way out of line with the Force. We've lost our connection to it. Like fucking Dragon Ball Z, we can no longer draw energy from the planet into a spirit bomb.
We now live in a world no longer naturally in sync with our bodies. But not all is lost. We may not be able to go back in time, but we can go back to our roots, back to our true selves.
It just sounds like the plot to a Neil Breen or a Tommy Wiseau movie. And I'd like to point out something right here, address the elephant with the condom in the room. The backers and the amount of money they have makes no sense. There's no way they got $12,000 from 48 backers. This is most likely just the creator pumping money from his own asshole into the project to kind of prime the pump to make it appear to people that it's legitimate, like, hey, look, all these people are putting money towards this project. Look how much it's making. People want this. You should be in on this. It's a common technique for a lot of these fraudulent businesses on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's going on here. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it is real and this product just caught fire in a bunch of those soccer mom, don't trust science Facebook groups.
Lucha T8 is a health improvement device that creates and emits the Earth's natural frequency of 7.83 Hertz. By emitting the Earth's frequency, Lucha T8 utilizes the naturally occurring synchronicity between our body and our planet to support regeneration of the organism.
Sci-fi fanfic from middle schoolers is more scientifically grounded than that explanation for what this piece of shit is and what it does. They make it sound like Earth is constantly emitting a 7.83 Hertz frequency to the cosmos like a distress signal, like a fucking SOS. It is just a mindlessly ridiculous product that is very common on these crowdfunding websites, and some of them do get real funding from real people, which is the saddest part, that people buy into this garbage. But I mean, you have these people going crazy for essential oils, damn near giving a suppository to their children of eucalyptus leaves because they read one article on the internet that said that that would help somewhere, and then you trace it back and it turns out it was just a joke started on 4chan that now people are actually buying into. It's sad how easy it is to exploit this growing movement of distrust science and believe garbage. Because there's definitely people that would look at something like this and go, wow, that makes a lot of sense. If I wear this block of wood on my neck that just has a blinking red light on it, it's going to help. Because the video said, the Earth is constantly making a synchronicity titty at 7.83 Hertz. And if this thing's emitting the same frequency, well then man, the science checks out. You'd be dumb not to buy this thing. It's just pathetic.
Lucha T8 helps eliminate lack of energy, exhaustion, anxiety, insomnia, stress, tension, migraines, and different types of pain.
Yeah, the only pain this would help with is the pain of having too much money. If you're too wealthy, you can throw some money to this thing and it'll help with that problem.
So how does Lucha T8 work? All you have to do is place the device close to a painful or troubled spot for no more than 30 minutes at a time, and it will balance the body's energy, metabolism, and polarity in a way that gives the organism a chance to recover.
It's just a blinking red light. You could get the same effect if you have a wireless mouse. Just put that on some painful spot on your body. You'll get the same effect. And it's also very evil from this creator to say to hold it there for 30 minutes. That's fucked up, man. You know some dumb fucking idiots are actually going to hold that thing there for 30 minutes. I mean, you could have just said 10 seconds, they'll believe it and do that, and that's a lot less time consuming. But maybe this guy hates his customers, and to be fair, you'd have to be pretty goddamn dumb to buy this in the first place. You may as well just laugh about it, like, haha, made this guy actually hold that thing there for 30 minutes. just wasting their time. Could have said 5 hours and I guarantee someone would have done it.
Lucha T8 is made to be by your side all the time. It celebrates the fact we only thrive when we align ourselves with the forces of the planet to which we owe our existence. Lucha T8 is not an instant cure or miracle medicine. It's a symbol of where we've been and where we're going.
Yeah, but you just said it helps actually cure some of these things and work towards making them better. You're calling it a regenerative device. That means you're saying it is helping to cure those things and improve those things. But now you're just saying it's a symbol of where we've been and where we're going, so it's just a fucking souvenir from a gift shop? It sounds like they're trying to cover their own ass. If someone actually buys this tries to use it on an injury and it doesn't help at all, they can't come after them legally because they said it was going to work and it didn't. I get that they're trying to do some legal talk here, but it doesn't work when everything else in the video contradicts what you're saying.
It paves the way to a harmonious and peaceful existence, leading you towards what you are meant to be. Stable, strong, happy. Lucha T8 unlocks our organism's potential to self-regulate and balance itself.
It's a blinking light on a string. But that's Indiegogo in a nutshell, baby. That's what you sign up for when you're looking on Indiegogo for something interesting. You get shit like this. There's also one I saw a while back that was about water, a special kind of water that they hyped up as like this panacea that would cure anything because it was water that they made listen to Mozart for a month before selling. It was as dumb as it sounds. But yeah, that's Indiegogo, just the kind of shit you find on there. That's it, see ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical, and I'm proud to finally be able to say I can answer a question every pet owner asks themselves every day. Can I give my beloved pets some earphones so they can listen to some boner jams? Well, the answer is no, because for some unfathomable reason, the mongoloids of this country did not want to fund the Kickstarter project for the very first set of pet earphones. I know, it's unbelievable. As dog whisperers have told us for years, animals would love a set of Walkmans or some iPods just for them so they can listen to their favorite tunes as well. And these fucking Beats by Dr. Drehound for some reason just didn't get funded. But let's go ahead and look. What if they did get funded? Let's see the Kickstarter pitch. Let's see how great these could have been. Oh, thank God they've further simplified the menu. My pets were complaining about how difficult it was to navigate these bad boys, but thankfully they've listened to the feedback and they have made the menu simpler for my dogs. It sounds like a ransom video that the kidnappers would send to the family. Why is there no background music? This is just creepy. This is a very odd vibe you're sending out right now. This looks like the menu to an old Nextel phone. Come on, this is a 2017 product. Make it look like it. Holy shit. This is why it wasn't funded. Pets don't like the design. What are those? Barcodes? Serial numbers? What the fuck? This looks like a McDonald's Happy Meal toy from the early 80s. Well, unbelievable. How are the pets supposed to navigate through this and choose different artists? They're gonna be stuck with one song on loop for like 14 hours or however long I decide to keep this on them. Now, what is he playing? Is this the Air Bud soundtrack? Oh, I can't wait. What kind of music does his dog like to listen to? Oh, it's Britney Spears? Yeah, oh great. Yeah, my animals also love to listen to modern pop music. I'm sure they'll be thrilled. Why does this plastic ass wipe have so many options? Why wouldn't it just be music? If you want it to be a pet boner jam device, why wouldn't you just have music on it? Why do you need 3 separate menus? Is it internet compatible as well? My pets can check their social media accounts on them? Is one of the other menus an old Tamagotchi shit show? This thing looks like an awful boomerang that Captain Boomerang would use, that piece of shit superhero. Yep, that dog looks thrilled to have this on him. You know, I do know that a lot of animals respond positively to music, but I don't think they're begging for a portable music device. In fact, I think that would probably scare the shit out of them to have constant music in their ears. But how would I know? I can't talk to animals. I'd have to ask Eliza Thornberry if she could help me out here and get me a conclusive answer. But yeah, I'm just surprised this product wasn't funded with some of the shit that gets funded on Kickstarter. And can't wait to see the next step of pet music earphones. I'm sure they'll start to evolve and become pretty commonplace eventually. But yeah, that's it. So yeah. How many times have you been at the beach with your friends, just cracking open some cold ones with the boys, kicking back with a nutsack, looking at your bro's butt crack, and all of a sudden you want to start grilling, but you don't want to go to land where it's safe to grill. You want a grill in the water with you. But unfortunately, There's nothing like that on the market, and luckily with the way the funding for this and the unrealistic goal of $200,000, it's looking like there's never going to be something like that on the market, and for very good reason. It's the float and grill, aka the float and kill whoever's trying to grill on this motherfucker. This is like an extreme sport for grilling. It's like a fucking circus act. This is an Evel Knievel stunt trying to grill on one of these bad boys with some waves coming in. All it's gonna take is one good wave to throw this grill right in your face as you're trying to cook something up and you're fucked. And if it doesn't hurt you or kill you, it's at least gonna throw off your food. There's nothing to prevent the food from even sliding off. You would have to be grilling on straight glass, just absolutely waveless, windless, and no one within 5 yards of this grill who could accidentally breathe a little too heavy and push the food off of it. I also like how the clip is in slow motion because I imagine they did this 4 or 5 times and the food kept flying off because of the waves, so they had to do it in slow motion. This is all the time they could get. Now, common sense tells you that a wave would absolutely destroy this little science project here of grilling on the water. Now, let's just go ahead and say this thing works like a dream. It stabilizes itself and it never moves with the wave, so there's no danger of it flying up and popping you in the mouth, giving you a nice little smooch and really fucking up your face. Let's say it just works perfectly like the creator envisions here. Well, one thing that will not, under no circumstance, work is you will never be able to cut anything on this grill. You'll have to take it to land to cut the steaks anyway, so what is the point in grilling them on the water? You're gonna have to go to land anyway to finish off the food. It's just stupid, it makes no sense. It's a shit invention, but it's not getting funded anyway. Just thought it was worth throwing out there. That's it. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I'm here to slap those cheeks with another shitty Kickstarter project. This one's the Hush Me, the world's first voice mask for smartphones. I've noticed a common theme among these horrible Kickstarter projects. They all say the world's first something. The world's first Wi-Fi enabled pencil eraser. Just a bunch of stupid shit. Let's just dive into this one. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the surprise so you're not shocked and just thrown off your seat by the pure just intensity of this reveal. The Hush Me is that fucking electric shock collar he's got around his neck. Yeah, that bulky plastic neck pillow is the Hush Me. That covert piece of technology. Problem solved. No longer will anyone eavesdrop on your business phone calls, which I don't think is really common anyway. Now they're just going to be giving you weird stares because you look like Bane. Nobody cared about you till you put on the mask, right? Looks like one of those stupid breathing masks some people put on going to the gym, even though it does absolutely nothing for them to help with their gains or their workout other than make them look like an absolute psychopath. Instead of stepping outside to take your private phone calls like a civilized human being, thanks to the Hush Me, you can strap on your ridiculous looking iron jaw, just this fucking disgusting looking dental tool, and talk right in the presence of everyone. How well can this really muffle the sound though? Let's be honest, look at this piece of shit. It looks like a stretched out condom. It can't be perfect here. You can probably still be heard. If you're in a library and you get a call about your girlfriend cheating on you, I don't think you're going to feel comfortable putting the Hush Me around your mouth and then yelling on the phone in the presence of everyone there. I'm pretty sure everyone there would still hear you yelling.
Passive and active. The passive voice muffling mode is provided by the insulator, which is embedded inside the mask, as well as by the ergonomic embouchures, which on the one hand prevent your voice from spreading beyond the mask, and from the other hand, keep the external noise from getting into the microphone.
Yeah, you're not fooling me here. That's literally just like screaming into a pillow. All that is just a little bit of padding for you to talk into. You can throw around all the cool hip buzzwords you want, like ergonomic and smegma infused. I just don't believe it. that does not look like it would actually keep people from hearing what you're saying.
So the person on the other end will hear you clearly, but the people nearby will not be able to understand a single word which you've pronounced while wearing the mask.
Now that's a big difference between not hearing and not understanding. If you can still hear them, just not quite make out what the words are, that's still disruptive. You're still an inconvenience to that person. This is solving a non-existent problem. Just step outside. It's a lot less disruptive to the people around you, a lot less of an eyesore because you're not wearing this fucking weird set of braces like Jimmy from Ed, Edd n Eddy, and you don't have to worry about the FBI agents posted at the laundromat listening in on your business calls.
The active voice masking mode is provided by the electronics which is located in the headband. The button pressing activates the external speakers, which are located on the perimeter of the mask. These speakers will generate sound. While using the mask in the active mode, the resulting sound will, in any case, be lower than the sound from your voice itself without a mask, so you will not cause any inconvenience to others.
I have watched this small segment here about 6 times and I still don't get what the fuck this is about. So a speaker that I guess transmits some white noise at a low frequency that's lower than the sound of your voice without a mask, and that's somehow not an inconvenience to people. If I'm wearing a fucking boombox around my mouth and transmitting white noise, even if it's not very loud, even if it's less loud than if I was just talking on the phone without this ridiculous Happy Meals toy around my face, that's still an inconvenience to people and a distraction. It'd be just much better to step outside.
On behalf of the entire Hashmi team, I would like to thank you all for the following us and supporting our project.
Hashmi, keep talking.
Amazing. Do I really need to point out how that could easily be faked? Yeah, overall, just a shitty project. Even if it works as designed and as portrayed, it's still a stupid product. It makes no sense. This doesn't help anyone in any real situation. That's it. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I've been going through a lot of awful crowdfunding projects recently, and today I found something that I don't think God himself ever imagined. This is called Revelations. It's not just a game. And the title is accurate. This is more than just a game. This is a fucking way of life. Revelations, it's not just a game. It's perhaps the best crowdfunding project I've ever seen, and it didn't get funding. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Kickstarter pitch so you too can be hypnotized by its beauty. Are you impressed yet? I only let it play for a few seconds so you could hear the chorus. I didn't want anyone to overload with cum or anything like that. This is Revelations, It's Not Just a Game, by 3D Pro Gamers Live. These are gamers gaming in 3D, they're pros, and it's live. What else could you want? Will you survive Armageddon? Now, I know the title screen looks like one of those packaged Microsoft Windows games that would come with your system back in the 90s. It actually looks a little more like the Bible games I'd play in after-school daycare, which is interesting because this game is also heavily influenced by the Bible. I know in modern times a lot of people think Ubisoft or EA are by far the worst video game publishers, but I'd argue the Bible is the worst video game publisher in existence right now, and it has been all the way since the birth of the video game. The Bible has been spawning some of the worst shovelware games ever seen. Will you survive 3D? Find out in Revelations. It's not just a game. Move over Spy Kids 3D. Move over Sword Art Online. Revelations is more than you could ever hope to be in your fantasy world. And Marcus Jams was bringing this to reality, not just fantasy. Revelations was more than a game. But unfortunately, the funding for this masterpiece was unsuccessful. Let's keep watching to see what the world missed out on here. Fair warning, pussies. It's not just a game. Honestly, the catchiest jingle to any video game ever made. Oh, I got a revelation. It's not just a game. I fucking love it. Yeah, and this is basically the whole Kickstarter pitch for the rest of the 8 minutes that this runs for. It's just the theme song the man has created, played over some GeoCities shit. And, you know, it works. I fucking love it. I think it's probably one of the best Kickstarter pitches I've ever seen on this platform. I don't know what the gameplay would consist of, or how many dimensions it would exist in, or how many corporeal planes of existence this game would really reside in. Maybe there's more than 3 dimensions. Maybe Marcus is selling the game short. Maybe there's a lot more than 3 dimensions present here. But even if the gameplay's as simple as click on the image of the Bible multiple times for a lot of different stages, I wouldn't care as long as the soundtrack came with it. Because that's really the best thing about this, is this fucking song. This theme song is what I imagine the angels in heaven play to serenade Jesus himself. It's fucking perfection. Shame the game didn't get funded. That's it. See ya. Since the primordial soup that gave life to all on this planet, since the earliest human settlers of Earth, we've asked one another, do you love memes? Do you love food? And for the longest time there was never a holy place that combined these two human necessities into one convenient package, until now. Welcome to heaven. If you haven't puked yet, then you've likely entered a state of euphoria, similar to when Aang goes into the Avatar state, except this one is triggered by memes. This is similar to a Rorschach test more than anything. What do these stale, dank memes mean to you? When I see them, I think of social ineptitude. I think of nothing but pain and suffering. But some of you out there may see them and think, damn, that makes me hungry. I wish there was food structured around shit like this. I'm gonna have to put the brakes on this wild bull here. What the fuck do you mean by humor appreciators? That's one of the dumbest terms I've seen being tossed around in quite some time. It sounds like a failed job position, just a made-up one that somebody would use to get their family off their back and make them think they're at least doing something and have an accomplished title. Oh, what do you do, Richard? Well, I'm the chief humor appreciator at Google. Pretty prestigious position if I do say so myself. Yeah, you know, when I think of humor appreciator meme enthusiasts, I typically think of middle-aged, elderly men in business attire. Also, I have to disagree. I don't think even that boring guy at the party can become popular by sharing meme videos for the whole party. I don't see that going over very well in the real world. Memes just aren't used exclusively for the geeks and the humor appreciators, as you like to title them. It's pretty mainstream. Most people are familiar with popular memes and such. It's not like this underground thing. Also, why? Because we can? Well, clearly not. You can't do this because you're on Kickstarter asking for $350,000 to bring this abysmal idea to life, and you didn't even have the decency, the courtesy. You don't even know the way to good Kickstarter rewards here. There's 3 tiers and the lowest one is $5,000. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Epic Rage. Wow. Now, if this menu doesn't make you want to eat there, I just don't know what will. They have everything an 8-year-old boy could ever want. They got spaghetti, they got burgers, they got onion rings. Man, they've got it all. And this is just the mock-up. This isn't even its final form. I can't wait for the full menu to be released. They'll have so much more shit. They'll probably have some super cool shit like the Damn Daniel, which will be a honey mustard salmon hot dog. The What Are Risottos, which will be a risotto. The possibilities are truly endless. A juice bar and tablets for internet surfing? Fuck. You'll never want to leave. They've got everything. This place really is just all over the place. They don't know what they want to be here. They just looked at every restaurant that's successful and they put all of it under this feces-covered umbrella of memes being the glue that holds it all together. And it's a horrible idea. Holy Lord, forgive my tits for I have sinned. I actually thought this was a bad idea until they gave me the examples of some of the things I could find there. Sign me the fuck up. 5,000, I'm in. Meme of the month, huh? Well, not all memes are as PG as the ones you're using at your restaurant, so I can't see that going over super well. I also really love how when they do the visual representation of, is this a joke, they use a happy man smiling with thumbs up like, yeah, it's a good joke. And when they say, no, it isn't, he turns into this sad-looking guy. He's like, thinking about it, seems like a really shit idea. I skipped a little bit there, but all it was is, how can you help? Give us money. That's the whole thing there that I skipped. I also really like this here. Even $1 helps? No, you clearly don't care about the $1 people. You don't even get out of bed for the $1 people. You wouldn't piss in their mouth if they were dying of thirst if they gave you $1. You only have tiers for 5,000 and above, so how can anyone think, anything less than that will be worth their while? I won't be doing that. I'd lose friends sending them this. I won't be sending it to them either. I'd lose families sending them this. And that's the whole pitch here. I'm sure you've all been sold on the idea and are eager to help them reach the $350,000 mark. That's it. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I made a joke in the Juicero video I made a little while back about Wi-Fi enabled shoes. The joke served to illustrate the point of not everything needs to be connected to the internet because it's kind of fucking stupid to connect everything to the internet for no reason. And then one of you out there must have heard that joke and thought of it as a legitimate business idea, because now there is Wi-Fi enabled shoes. Introducing the smart shoe, aka the shit shoe. Somehow this horrendous idea for a product actually got funded, even overfunded with a lot of days to go on its campaign. So to the CEO of this company, I believe you owe me at least 30% of the profits here, considering this was my idea. There it is, the next generation of Heelys. This little transformer for your foot certainly looks really cool. I wonder what would happen if it malfunctioned and just kept pressing down. Would it just fucking hydraulic press your foot into a pancake? Now admittedly, I see the value of an activity tracker, but you don't need a special pair of shitty looking shoes that are connected via a phone app to tell you what you've been doing. There's a lot of other products out there right now that make a lot more sense and aren't quite as stupid. Cushion monitoring. Who gives a fuck? What is that 97%? 97% cushioning? What the fuck does that even mean? 97% of your foot in that shoe is on the cushion, the other 3% is just being dragged through broken fucking glass? I don't get it. I've never heard the term cushion monitoring. When buying a mattress, I don't ask what percentage of cushion this has. Oh, that chair looks mighty fine. What's its cushion percentage? What does that stupid graph on his phone even tell him? It just looks like the Bitcoin prices by hour. A walk analyzer. You've got me fucked up. A strike pattern down there too? Alright, calm down there, Dr. Scholes. This is supposed to be a shoe app, not a fucking golfing tutor. Just more stupid, useless shit.
Walk 50% faster to be on time.
An AI audio coach. Yep, that's what I've always wanted my shoes to become. I wanted them to be my fucking personal trainer. Your dick is small and you'll never find love with a walk pattern like this. Disgraceful. Fuck you. I'm turning myself off. Heated soles because fuck socks, unless those socks are also Wi-Fi enabled and controlled via app. These shoes make a lot of bold claims here that'll be all of these things. Oh, it'll be a calculator, it can double as a protein shaker, it'll do your homework for you too. Oh, it can do everything you ever wanted it to do. Open heart surgery, just take out your digital smart shoes, it'll walk you through it with the AI audio coach. I would be highly surprised if it was able to do even half of the shit it says it can do here. Also, what about hackers? What about the anonymous 4chan, the infamous hackers? What if they get into my shoes data? They could probably get my bank account information from my digital smart shoes. What if they even take it to a more nefarious purpose? What if I'm exploring in the woods and I come across some train tracks and some hackers play a prank on me for some YouTube views where they shut down my shoes while I'm on the train tracks? Then I can't move. My shoes just become like fucking cement blocks that I just can't move because they've shut them down. They've cut the signal. Then I'm just left on those train tracks helpless, about to be obliterated by a train. More bold claims I don't believe they'll be able to follow through on, especially the temperature-controlled shit. Modern technology can't even do that at the moment, I don't believe. But according to this marketing campaign, these shoes can do everything shy of making girls just throw their titties at you. Did we mention you have to charge these motherfuckers? Who gives a shit if the battery life lasts 2 weeks? Do you know how long a normal battery life in a standard pair of shoes lasts? Forever, because there's no fucking batteries in shoes. You don't have to charge shoes overnight. This would just be an absolute disaster. I'd wake up in the morning and remember I didn't charge my shoes. Well, I guess I just am not wearing shoes for that day, huh? What would happen if it rained too? Would you just get electrocuted by these shoes? I just don't understand. It doesn't cover these things. I imagine there's some type of watertight thing in here, but wouldn't that throw off some of the data? I think that would really throw off the numbers here and they wouldn't be very accurate or even come in at all. Especially with all the data it's saying it's collecting. It collects everything from the number of steps you take throughout the day to how long your nutsack hair has grown in the last 2 hours. Don't let the name deceive you, there's nothing smart about buying this pair of shoe. But what do I know, already $87,000 from people who think it's a good idea? So maybe I'm just wrong, maybe they will be able to do all the things they say it can do in this video and more. Perhaps they'll include a DLC or a new patch or a subscription service that'll monitor the amount of methane being emitted around you. All in all, I just think this is perhaps one of the stupidest ideas that has been funded, and not just funded like barely. Fucking landslide funded. People are begging for this shit apparently, judging by these numbers. It's unbelievable to me that anyone would watch this and think A, yeah, that's possible, and B, yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, whatever. That's it. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical, and I believe I found the strangest project on Kickstarter. It's called a Butterfly Romper. Sounds innocent enough, just your standard fashion Kickstarter project, and I'm pretty up to date on fashion myself, so I know what a romper is. I also know about the backwards baseball caps, the fingerless gloves, all the cool shit that kids wear these days. So I understood right away what this was going to be about, but the Kickstarter video will leave many of you scarred. And that's it. This video looks like the VHS tape from the Ring movies. I'm sure half of you were expecting Samara to call you on the phone right when this ended. Now if that Kickstarter video doesn't sell you on how great the butterfly romper is, then I just don't know what will. I can't believe that this project wasn't funded. I can't imagine what turned people off from backing this one. The fucking Kickstarter video was a masterpiece. It was like the I Feel Fantastic YouTube video. Now let's slow it down a little bit and go frame by frame to see what we missed. So here's the first frame. I'm guessing this is her showing off the butterfly romper. I don't understand why she went with some type of fucking subliminal advertising Kickstarter video here. It would have been better just to kind of show it off in one fluid shot. But anyway, here's our first frame. The model's getting a little closer to the camera now, but this time the hashtag LookDope has popped up on screen. Not exactly the best hashtag to promote your romper, but then again, neither is anything in this Kickstarter video. Now, I know I said a moment ago that this project wasn't funded, however, that's not entirely accurate considering this is a newer project and it still has 20 days to go. I'm simply making this assumption that it won't be funded because there are 0 backers for it right now. I could be wrong. Maybe there's going to be a huge influx of people that are just demanding the butterfly romper who become brainwashed from this haunted Kickstarter pitch. But yeah, as of right now, it doesn't look like it's going to get funded. This briefly flashes on the screen for only a split second, but luckily thanks to my CSI investigation unit, I was able to slow it down and able to get a very clear high-resolution enhanced image of it. It's hashtag stay dressed. Good advice. It's probably good when you're in public to stay dressed. Nothing wrong with that. Now this is by far the creepiest part of this. It says Gigi and Bo in Long Island. This is like in the horror movies where there's a video over top of like an anniversary video, Stacy and Herman in Idaho, like the honeymoon or something, and then there's some type of sinister video on top of it. That's what this shit is. Maybe this was a Gigi and Bo anniversary video or wedding video or something, and then the butterfly romper curse took it over. Now at the end of the video it says you can scroll down for more information, but I didn't do that. I was worried if I scrolled down further perhaps the curse of the mummy would be finished, and I didn't want to fuck with that. So whoever's brave enough to scroll down further on the butterfly romper, by all means, all power to you. But this is by far the strangest Kickstarter page I've come across. That's it. See ya. Time for more shitty Kickstarter projects. This one's about sending your DNA into the future. Basically, this project is you pay for a receptacle that you can spit in or piss in, and then you can bury it somewhere and hope that 2,000 years from now, someone will revive you from that DNA they find in there.
In the future, human cloning will be a reality. Legal, regulated, safe, a sort of human immortality will exist. Unfortunately, it'll be too late for you. You'll be dead.
Getting morbid as quickly as possible in order to scare a consumer into buying this piece of shit product. That's very low, soccer mom.
But what if you could live again? Come back for a second round with your soulmate, your children, your best friends. 6 members of the football team?
Why only 6 members of the football team? Why wouldn't I want to spend time again with the whole football team? Was I only friends with 6 of them? And how would you know which 6 I was friends with? Maybe I was friends with the entire football team, and not just the fucking SEAL Team 6 of the squad. Don't assume you know who I was friends with on my fucking football team.
Well, now you can with It Goes On DNA Gene Bank Time Capsule. All that's needed is a tiny sample of your DNA. The building blocks of life that made you.
So the It Goes On quantum flux capacitor DNA time-traveling extraordinaire device is what they're selling here. Basically that fucking clown nose she's holding over there, you just kind of put fecal matter and, cum inside of it, and then you seal it up, and then you wait.
Enough to grow another you and anybody with you. Just collect a few hairs, some nail clippings, or a tooth or bone fragment, and insert them into a glass vial.
It sounds like the start to some type of satanic ritual or demon magic. That right there is some straight up sorcery ingredients. All it's missing is some lamb's blood.
Store the vials inside your capsule. As soon as you've collected all the samples you need from anybody you want to take on this journey with you, seal your capsule and deposit it anywhere. At sea, buried in the backyard, on the mantle as a tribute to your life and the lives of those you love.
Yep, and then that's it. You just kind of hide it like it's a fucking Easter egg hunt. I don't understand the thought process here. You put all your DNA shit into this hollowed out nipple and then you hide it somewhere. and for some reason someone in the future is going to find it and have an interest in reviving you, even though they have no idea who you are or what's inside of it. But let's go ahead and put that aside, that for some reason they decided to open up this fucking jelly bean here. They look inside, and what do they find? Fucking toenail clippings and bone fragment. I don't understand why they'd be like, oh, I have to revive this person. It's just the amount of DNA I needed to bring them back to life. I can't imagine any fucking futuristic mad scientist actually going through with reviving someone who happened to put all of their DNA into this fucking zit thing. It just doesn't make any sense.
Nothing is lost forever. And someday an archaeologist, a scuba diver, a backyard explorer will find your capsule. And that unique sequence of DNA that is you will get a second chance at life. Just imagine what your future holds.
Yeah, and that's the end of the pitch. It cuts to like a fucking Universal Studios introduction type animation. But yeah, this is probably the shittiest project I've seen on Kickstarter so far. The pitch itself, the video, it's not the worst in the world. It's just simply the idea is so unbelievably ridiculous that I can't understand at all how anyone would ever support this and think it was a good idea. That's it. So yeah. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I come before you today as a man, a very sad man, because another fucking stupid Kickstarter project annihilated its funding goal, and it's nothing more than overcomplicating a product for no reason and adding nothing more than a fucking goddamn smartphone app to it. If you've been watching my videos where I shit on Kickstarters for the last month or so, then this is the final boss of everything I've been shitting on. This is the unholy amalgamation of every possible complaint I've had over the last month with the fucking horrible Kickstarters. The Smart Suitcase, introducing this pile of shit. Strike number one in the name alone. I know it's called the Samsara, but it also calls itself the world's first smart suitcase. That's strikes 1 and 2 in the name alone. World's first. That trend needs to go away. It's fucking dumb. No one gives a shit if it's the world's first if no one's been asking for it. It's like me saying, you know what, I invented the world's first toenail condom. It's a condom made out of toenails. It's the world's first. That means people must want it, right? No one wants a condom made out of fucking toenails. It's nothing to be happy about that I created the world's first condom made out of toenails. And strike number 2, smart. Putting smart in your product's name doesn't make it a better product. If anything, that just turns a lot of people off. It's like wearing a tap out t-shirt where you can identify a douchebag from across the room. Putting smart in front of your gadget's name just lets you identify a piece of shit.
We created the first aluminum alloy smart suitcase. We live in a world of continuous movement. Creativity is everywhere.
There's no creativity here. It's just a giant aluminum brick with a handle on it. This is something I could have made out of tinfoil as a toddler. The only plus I can see to this design is it looks like you're carrying around a fucking nuclear football, so I guess that's kind of cool.
And we are no longer limited by geographic boundaries. We developed a user-friendly mobile application.
Oh, holy shit, a mobile app for something that stands to gain nothing from having a mobile app? Man, now that's the epitome of innovation. It's like having a mobile app for a pad of sticky notes. What's it gonna tell me? Yep, sticky notes are still good to use. That's about it. And the suitcase is still working just fine.
That connects to sensors within the suitcase. These sensors notify you if the suitcase leaves your presence.
So the app can tell me when I'm not holding my suitcase. That's useful. I guess if you're blind that would actually come in handy, but I'm pretty sure your seeing eye dog could do the same thing. And the seeing eye dog could probably do it better because it could lead you to the suitcase as opposed to just telling you, hey, you don't have it anymore. I don't know what Neanderthal on their team thought this was a good feature. They must just think their customers are the stupidest people in the world, like koala bears who can't recognize eucalyptus that's not on the tree. Same with their customers. If they're not licking the aluminum off of their suitcase, they forget it exists, so luckily the mobile app will remind them. I'm kind of on their side, though. I think their customers are probably the stupidest fucking people, too. With how much money they've raised and thrown at this horrible idea of a Kickstarter.
Or was opened out of eyesight. Our application will also allow you to control the LED light within the suitcase, which will assist you in the dark. And monitor the battery life powering your samsara.
Now the anti-tampering thing I can kind of see the merit in. If you're just too dumb to realize when someone's rummaged through your shit, I guess it's nice to have a reminder like, hey, someone opened this bitch up and it wasn't you. The LED thing, what the fuck's the point? I don't think there's a whole lot of people who open up their suitcases in the bottom of a well. I'm pretty sure there's lights that they can turn on. They don't need LEDs to see their shit. And battery life monitoring, I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of useful since this thing comes with a battery bank that's built in. That's basically all this whole thing is an aluminum suitcase with a battery bank and LEDs. So, I mean, monitoring battery life, I guess that's good.
The hardware will enable you to charge your electronic devices via USB-C cable. It will also allow you to charge your mobile device up to 10 times.
You know what else can let you do all of these things? Other products that are cheaper than this and aren't built in and constricted to a fucking ugly suitcase.
Our unique wheel design maximizes packing space and allows you to move effortlessly across any surface.
Did they hire a robot to walk around with this suitcase here? This man's pathfinding like he's in RuneScape. It's like a fucking NPC in The Sims.
And we ask you to join us for this exciting journey and support the creation of a new and better way to travel.
And there you have it, pussies. It's the Samsara. With every successful Kickstarter, that's nothing more than overcomplicating an already simple and effective product and adding nothing to it except a mobile app. I get closer and closer to launching my own tungsten-coated mobile phone app-compatible pair of underwear and put my own little pseudo-intellectual spin on it. The first smart undergarments. Give it a cool little slogan. It's so smart, it's nuts. You see, it's like a play on being underwear because it's going to be holding the scrotum and shit. I think it's pretty clever. And then the mobile phone app, I'll give it a little science-y spin on it that's nothing but pseudoscience. The app would tell you what the temperature is down there, and then I'd come in with the fake science. According to Harvard academia scientists and the top neurologist cryptozoologists in the world, 90% of all human diseases could have been prevented if we could have only effectively monitored our genital biomes. And thanks to this new smart underwear, we can. You'll be a healthier, happier person, your balance will improve because it'll increase your chakra pull to the Earth's gravitational core. Get your smart pair of underwear for only $300 a package. I'm gonna give them 2 or 3 just for a good value. And I think that'd actually probably be pretty successful. But yeah, that's it. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I want to show the aftermath of a Kickstarter scam. Let me show you what happens when a Kickstarter goes wrong. Here's an old scam from 3 years ago called the Air Umbrella. I'll go ahead and play the campaign pitch.
This air umbrella shelters you from the rain using a powerful stream of air. And it comes in 3 different versions. With a fixed height of 30 centimeters.
This is really all I need to play of this pile of shit. Basically, it's just a giant fan on a stick that repels rain by blasting it with air. It's a fucking horrendous idea that somehow got $100,000 in funding. It looks like one of those vibrating wands you see in porn videos where the actress stimulates her clit that way so it's ready for the pounding. But here, instead of preparing pussies for sex, it was preparing pussies to empty their wallets on a product that had no chance of ever being delivered. Now, going to updates shows you that the last one was in 2016 where they said they're issuing refunds. This is 2 years after they failed to deliver the product. I don't believe they delivered even a fucking penny to anyone, as evidenced by the comments. Now let's turn our attention to the evidence here where we can find the protagonist of this sad story, Michael, the superbacker. So not much is known about Michael, superbacker, other than he is very upset that he didn't get his air umbrella or his refund. I went 3 years back to his first comment, and we'll just go from there. I'm going to skip a few, because there's a ton of comments from him. He very rarely went that long without commenting on here, asking for a refund or updates on the project. So I'm just going to show enough to tell this sad story about what happens when a Kickstarter goes sour. Now this is where our story begins. It's January 9th, 2015. His first comment is innocent enough. It said a December delivery, January 9th, and I haven't received my umbrella yet. Are they already sent out? A slight bit of foreshadowing here for the events that are about to unfold on this Kickstarter scam. He kind of gets this stinky sniff of some asshole that, you know, I still haven't received it, and it said December. Maybe the postal guy might have stolen it because it's so high-tech and cool. Did anyone else get it? 4 months go by and Michael starts to get the itch for more knowledge on the air umbrella. What's going on, boys? Has human technology advanced far enough to bring to fruition this beautiful air umbrella idea? Looking for updates, but you don't go on these parts looking for updates on the air umbrella unless you're trying to get yourself killed. A couple weeks later, we're introduced to our supporting character, Rahim. Remember this name, it won't be the last time you see him during this saga. Another scam on Kickstarter, he says. Looks like Kickstarter is full of fraudsters. How right you are, Rahim. Michael then asks for an update. How is the umbrella coming along? A question that will forever be unanswered since the creators tucked their dicks in their assholes and ran away. After 6 months of searching for updates, Michael finally reaches his breaking point, his limit, his boiling point, his coming point. This is the first time he demands a refund. In May, he tries again. Refund, please. May 17th, he just wants an update now. Fuck the refund, just give him some information. I would like an update, Kickstarter. You can't just sit around and do nothing. Air Umbrella and Kickstarter, this is unacceptable. Little does Michael know, Kickstarter doesn't give a fuck about anything on their website, and there's no quality control, nor is there any responsibility. Michael, you know what Kickstarter says when it sees something like that? Ha ha ha. And then it spits in your fucking mouth, because Kickstarter is still wiping their ass with a cut of the money you donated to a scam on their platform. Michael then says, after backing over 30 campaigns, I have never seen a project go silent. No updates, no comments, doesn't even sign into Kickstarter since 2014 until now. I want an update, my umbrella, or a refund. Kickstarter, do something already. Michael Superbacker, I have to say, I just don't believe you here. If you truly have backed over 30 projects that have all delivered on time as promised, the same project as pitched, then you should be playing the lottery weekly, because you'd be a multi-millionaire and you can make your own fucking air umbrella that also sucks your dick while it's blocking the rain. Because the odds of you having backed 30 successful Kickstarter campaigns that all delivered on time as promised are about as low as the earth actually fucking being flat. It's impossible. Kickstarter has become known for the projects going silent, no updates, no refunds. It's just become known for giant fucking scams. It's incredibly rare to find projects that actually deliver as promised and on time. November 2nd, 1 full year after successful funding. Christ, they haven't even signed into Kickstarter in over a year. These guys are horse shit. If they contact you, tell them we all want a refund. He has now become the voice of the air umbrella enthusiast community, and they all want their fucking refund. Michael then talks about another scam crowdfunding project in which he finishes with an idea of his own here. With all these Kickstarter failures and frauds, I think I want to start my own Kickstarter to make a website for Kickstarters to blog, comment, chat, and I will go through each campaign, past, present, and future, to rate campaigns and see how many of a percentage actually have failed completely, failed to deliver a quality product as stated in the launch video. Also, rate companies that have great track records for producing amazing products. My $128 will not go in vain. He may not have been able to save his $128, but you can be damn sure he's going to avenge it. Friendships are formed over the common interest of receiving a refund. Raheem states, Michael, I want my money back. To which Michael responds, Raheem, I want my money back. Michael attempts to boost morale in the comments section, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas, and then asking, where is his air umbrella? It seems Santa Claus will not be delivering an air umbrella to him this year, next year, the year after, or any other Christmas. It's been over a year since successful funding of the air umbrella, and the season 1 of this Kickstarter anime is drawing to a close, and we finally get a word from our supervillain of the season. They don't have much to offer other than the empty promise of refunds, which, don't mean to spoil anything, never came to the backers. In what was a truly cruel move from the supervillain Air Umbrella HQ logging in here, it gives all of the backers this false sense that they can communicate with them to receive their refund, all of which is just not possible with Air Umbrella. Michael went on to make about 9 comments in the span of 2 weeks. I will just show you these 3 to illustrate the point that he was given false hope that perhaps Air Umbrella was working on the prototype in secret and wants pictures and updates of their progress in the last 15 months, unaware that they have done fuck all on the project. And it's truly just upsetting. In what was a truly shocking development in the Kickstarter anime, Season 2 began with a bang, with Air Umbrella coming out saying that they are going to be issuing refunds and have them all given to backers very soon. Unfortunately, though, the anime doesn't end with refunds. This was also the last time the villain was ever heard from. Some say the villain died on this day, but me, I think this was truly the birth of the villain. Michael wastes no time letting it be known that he is ready to receive his refund of his $128 investment. The comments section erupts with people ready to get their refund and excited to finally wash their hands of this horrible scam they fell victim to. Keen suggests sending a private message to the creators to honor the refund, but they don't check private messages because they haven't logged in years. So they take to the comments still. Michael then asks if anyone has received a refund. Maybe they're just singling Michael out, but it turns out they don't hold a grudge against Michael Superbacker. Nobody has received a refund. As the months go on, more and more people start to abandon ship, realizing that asking for a refund is futile, and then it's just Michael and Raheem here, left waiting for their refund, constantly commenting, asking for that refund to come. But unfortunately, that refund never comes. It's May 8th, 2016. Michael, I need my money back now. And he's not alone. Raheem is still side by side with his friend waiting for that refund. As we fast forward through 2016, we see Michael is unrelenting in his quest to get his $128 back. His persistence not rewarded throughout all of 2016. Season 2 winds down to a close and we enter Season 3 in 2017. And that is where we currently are now. Michael asking hello, 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 is there anybody out there? His hello becomes much more aggressive. He wants somebody to respond. Hello, hello again, a little more polite. He then points out it was funded nearly 3 years ago. He once again resorts to saying hello, hello, hello. And then it brings us to November 8th, 2017. When am I receiving my product? He's given up on the refund, but he's still holding on to the hope that that air umbrella is out there waiting for him somewhere cold and alone. Raheem takes a different approach to getting his refund or his product. He then suggests murdering the scammers. I mean, I think scamming is absolutely horrible, and it's really hard to accept when you've been scammed. I've been there, especially when, on RuneScape. Free armor trimming will get you every time when you're a young boy, and you never forget it. So I can understand the anger. Murdering these scammers, I mean, the world would be better off without them, yeah, I can agree with that, but I don't think that's going to help get his refund or get his product. But this concludes the story so far on the Air Umbrella Kickstarter story. That's it. And may Kickstarter give Michael his refund. Please, Kickstarter, give Michael his refund. Give the Air Umbrella backers their fucking refunds. They've waited long enough. That's it. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I usually don't like to make anything on any Indiegogo projects because most of the projects on this site are the most unrealistic, putrescent piles of shit in existence that will never be completed, or just blatant scams. I truly believe Indiegogo is the most despicable, deplorable crowdfunding website in existence. However, this greasy-ass stain of a product is something I couldn't ignore. It's called Smalt. It's a motherfucking smart salt shaker. I thought we'd hit the ceiling with stupid, smart products being crowdfunded with the fucking smart shoes and the smart suitcase. However, it looks like we've gone one step further here.
Meet Smalt, the world's first interactive centerpiece that enhances your dining experience. Smalt has a sleek and portable design.
So this glowing pregnancy test of an item is the Smalt. Who gives a fuck if it's sleek and portable? I'm not going to be taking my salt shaker anywhere. I'm not going to go to a restaurant and just replace their salt shakers with mine. Ugh, these low-class Cro-Magnon aren't even using smart salt shakers. Where's my Smalt? Pff. Ah, much better. Now I can safely use my salt from my smartphone.
Features a built-in mood light to set the ambience, a Bluetooth speaker that delivers a crisp and powerful sound, and it's a smart salt dispenser. Shake, pinch, or pour, all using your smartphone.
Or, shake, pinch, and pour using your hand and a standard salt shaker. A salt shaker exists for one thing: hold salt and release salt when you want it. Why does it need anything else? It's going to be a shitty speaker. It's going to be a shitty mood lighting. It's going to be shitty everything, and now it's becoming a shitty salt shaker because now you have to go through the hoops of using your smartphone to access the salt.
Smalt comes with Amazon Alexa integration for the times you need an extra hand. Simply say, Alexa, dispense half a teaspoon of salt.
So it drops the salt into a small condom that you still have to pour yourself. So basically this giant tampon serves no purpose because ultimately you're still pouring the salt yourself. Yes, if it works perfectly as advertised and you tell it how much you want and it gives you exactly how much you ask for, that's cool. But you know what's even cooler? Not spending the extra money on this stupid looking device and just pouring the exact amount you want yourself from a standard salt shaker.
You can also track and monitor your sodium with the Smalt app.
Gargle fat smegma, no you can't. What it can do is monitor your sodium levels just from what you've got from your Smalt shaker. Won't take into account whatever you're pouring the Smalt onto. Whatever sodium contents in there will not be involved in the calculations here. So your sodium level obviously won't be accurately reflected on the smartphone app. That's just a deceptive marketing tool by saying that.
Smalt's easily portable design makes it an on-the-go centerpiece no matter where you dine. Pair your phone with Smalt to stream your favorite music, and let the entertainment begin.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are just begging to take their salt shakers with them where they go to dine, but they're just so embarrassed by the bad design. You find me 5 people that say they wish they could take a salt shaker that looked cool with them to where they dine, and I'll find you 5 liars. Also, check out the speaker here. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna deliver a high quality audio experience. It's like a fucking spider bite on the side of this thing. There's no way that's going to sound decent. I'm almost certain it'll make it sound like your songs are being broadcast through a 1940s ham radio.
Let Smalt be the conversation piece of your dinner party.
If I ever host a dinner party that's so goddamn boring that people start talking about my salt shakers, just fucking shoot me.
Open your Smalt app and simply pinch the screen or shake your phone to dispense salt. After all, Smalt is a smart salt dispenser.
I like how they try to make this seem like it's convenient. Oh, just simply pinch your smartphone to dispense the salt. Oh, you know it's even more easy and convenient than that? How about you just pour the fucking salt? I can already imagine how this will go at a dinner party. Can you pass the salt? Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna pinch it real quick. Alright, go ahead and grab it, pussy. Yeah, it's gonna be real nice.
Set the perfect ambience with Smalt's color-changing mood light. Engage all your senses with Smalt, the world's first interactive centerpiece. Support Smalt today and help us bring the world's first interactive centerpiece and smart salt dispenser to your dining table. Let's make everyday dining fun.
Yeah, when I think of fun, I think of salt shakers. I also love in their demonstration of the mood lighting, you couldn't even tell what fucking color was being shown there. It would just, it's so insignificant. It's not cool looking. It doesn't make any difference to anything. It's just a massive inconvenience, and it tries to do a lot of things, and it's going to do them poorly. Also, this thing has to be charged and has 4 hours of battery life. So, if you forget to charge your salt shaker, ain't nobody at your fucking dinner party having salt. Stupid item. That's it. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. Have you ever wanted to just throw money away and get nothing in return? Well, thanks to the magic and beauty of Kickstarter, there's now a project for you. It's called Maverick Business Solutions, or MBS for short, but I like to think the MBS stands for maybe buy something else. Welcome to the currency auto trader of the future. I'm going to go ahead and spoil this. There is no explanation of what the currency auto trader is, how it works, what it does. This whole video is nothing but pictures of these bulls and these bears. I guess it's trying to hint that, hey, this is bullshit, or you're barely going to get anything in return for your investment. Did that answer all your questions, asshole? I'm sure it did. I really like this. This is exactly like a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation I would have made when I was running for middle school class council and I promised shrink raise to the class. That's exactly what they did here, but on Kickstarter. Oh, all those problems you're having, we have the solutions. That athlete's foot will take care of it. Assholes smell like shit, no problem. We have the answers. Just go ahead and give us a couple $1,000s on Kickstarter. Now, besides the horrendous little jigsaw puzzle of bulls and bears they were solving in the Kickstarter video, my favorite thing about this project is the backer rewards. Let's go ahead and scroll down and take a look at these bad boys. At $100, you get a thank you card. Talk about value. Now, if you think that's nuts, check out the crazy bang for your buck you get at $1,000. Another thank you card. I don't know what separates the two. I guess the $1,000 one's fucking signed with his sperm or something, but damn, that is some good shit right there. That's what I expect to get when I'm dropping $100 or $1,000 on a piece of shit Kickstarter project like this. I know the title of this says investing in your future, but it looks like what you're actually investing in is thank you cards. I love Kickstarters like these where they come up with just a stupid idea and all it is an idea. There is no team. There is no proof of concept. It's just, hey, here's my idea. I think this idea is worth X amount of thousands of dollars. Please just give it to me and I'll give you a thank you card, or I'll even draw you a little picture with some crayons. It's just fucking ridiculous. But yeah, that's it. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. Do you remember those Hulk hands growing up where you smash them together and shit, and they were made out of foam and they were kind of cool to play with as a kid? Well, this Kickstarter aims to take that idea, make the Hulk hands out of cast iron and use them for the same purposes you'd use a sledgehammer for, but it doesn't seem they understand why that's not a good idea. I'm just going to go ahead and play a little part of the Kickstarter pitch because the video itself is very boring, but I want to show the product.
Fun, and most of all, effective. You can use it anywhere. It's the ideal tool for remodeling or renovation. Made from approximately 5 pounds of cast iron, it's virtually indestructible. DemoFist is designed in such a way that the forces are perfectly balanced around your hand. It takes the best things about the hammer and combines it with modern day design and engineering.
It takes the best things about a hammer and says, fuck those, we're gonna make this cool. It looks like fucking Doomfist's gauntlet from Overwatch. It's like the creators of the DemoFist either don't know or don't care that using a 5-pound cast iron fist like a sledgehammer is going to break a lot of wrists. It's also going to fuck up a lot of shoulders, that's for sure. But I can see some practical purposes here. It fucking sucks as a sledgehammer or a demolition tool or pretty much any type of tool. However, this is a very adult and dangerous version of sock and boppers that I can really respect. Like, imagine if McGregor and Mayweather fought using the demo fists instead of boxing gloves. That shit would be nuts. I can also see this having a really useful purpose in gangs. Let's say you want to send a message to a rival gang. Well, you can smash someone's fucking head with this thing, and won't no one give you shit anymore. You get yourself a cool nickname on the street, like Turbo Head Smasher Guy, something real scary like that, and you won't have any problems with any other gangs. Now, in all honesty, this is one of the cooler products I've seen on Kickstarter. This actually seems like some type of supervillain weapon. However, it's a terrible product. You'd be better off just slapping buildings down with your bare hands. At least you wouldn't injure yourself as much. It's not effective, it's not useful, it's not gonna help, it's dangerous, you're gonna hurt yourself with it, but damn does this thing look kinda cool. That's it. Butch Hartman is a man I have nothing but respect for. He helped bring to life some extremely creative cartoons that I grew up with, Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom being the two biggest ones. But god damn it, how the mighty have fallen. You either retire a hero, or you sniff your own farts long enough to see yourself become the 1D Simo. Mr. Hartman is now peddling an abysmal, shitty Kickstarter that I just need to talk about. It's also worth mentioning I still like Butch Hartman. You can criticize people you like and still like that person. So let's get into this shit.
Hey everybody, the show's on.
Gee Willikers, Mom and Dad, maybe you shouldn't have put on porn for the family movie night. Or perhaps at least refrain from putting on the hard R for your kids that you don't want seeing those things.
Look familiar?
Why, yes it does, Evangelist Butch. It looks like bad parenting. But no, that's not an option in Butch's world. He blames it on the media, as does most people these days. For some reason, there's this belief where it's never the parents' fault, it's always the media, despite the fact that the parents just hand their kids an iPad and tell them to go wild while they go lay in the bathtub with their soft dick in their hand and then get outraged when they find out their kids saw a nipple. Maybe it's time Butch and everyone else starts acknowledging that it's not the internet's responsibility to raise their kids. Maybe some of that falls on the parents.
It seems like today's shows are meant more to shock people than uplift and inspire them.
Yeah, if that's the kind of show you're watching. It's not like they've just phased out family-friendly content and just filled it with tits and blood and guts. There's still a lot of options out there.
I just recently met an 8-year-old who told me that they'd seen The Exorcist and loved it. Loved it? I mean, think about that. The only way the 8-year-old could have loved it is if they'd already seen so much other dark stuff that they'd become immune to that sort of thing.
No, Butch. I don't mean to poke holes in your bulletproof math here, but that's not the only way that kid could have enjoyed The Exorcist. It's almost like kids aren't the robots you think they are, and they all have different tastes, thus they're entertained by different things. Now, whether or not that 8-year-old should have seen The Exorcist, well, that falls on the parent. But it's ridiculous that the only thing that Butch can surmise from this story about the 8-year-old and The Exorcist is that he had to have been contaminated by dark stuff already to enjoy it, because it just doesn't compute with Butch that kids are humans, not machines, that all have different tastes. They're not pre-programmed to like the same type of shit. So it's not unbelievable that there's an 8-year-old that liked The Exorcist without already being exposed to the evil, dark media that you think he has, Butch.
The smartphone has become a gateway through which all kinds of questionable influences can enter. Parents, aren't you tired of being constantly terrified that your child is going to see something that they shouldn't?
Parents, aren't you tired of letting the internet do your job for you and then getting upset when it doesn't do the exact job you wanted it to? The solution is simple. Don't step in under any circumstances. Continue to let them roam the internet unsupervised, but make sure they roam Butch Hartman's O-Axis part of the internet, the only safe place.
Welcome to O-Axis. A 24/7 entertainment platform with high-quality, family-friendly entertainment as its central mission.
Sound familiar? Well, it should, because this already exists in a lot of different places. Biggest one being Netflix. You can create an entire kids account and they only have access to kids content. I don't know what hole he thinks he's seeing here that he's going to be butt plugging with O-Axis, because it's fundamentally just a family-friendly streaming service. That's 100% what it is, and there's so much of that already.
We're going to use the power of the smartphone and other personal devices to our advantage. We're going to start off as a subscription-based streaming service, and we're going to have everything you've come to expect from networks you're familiar with, but without the heavy focus on negative subject matter.
That's such a non-statement that doesn't tell you shit. He might as well have just said, we're going to give you laser beams in your eyes. What do you mean, we're going to give you what you expect, except without the heavy focus on negative shit? So you're going to give me everything the other streaming services have so I can still watch the hard R shit, but you're going to censor it, I guess? I don't really know what you're saying with that, Butch. Or maybe he meant we're going to give you all the family-friendly content you're used to getting, but still without the negative impact shit? So you're going to censor the already family-friendly content? I really don't know what you're telling me with that, Butch.
We'll have all original high-quality dramas, sitcoms, feature-length movies, animation, and kids shows. Plus all the other things you love. Sports, fitness, reality, news, video games, and more. We'll even have a user-based upload feature.
Man, Christmas has come early. Throw away everything else in your house that isn't an O-Axis subscription, because this shit apparently has everything. Do you need a new car? I'm sure O-Axis has one for you on its service somewhere. Jesus Christ, O-Axis is like Pandora's box that just unleashed all of the bad ideas at one time upon the world, and the only thing left in that box was Butch Hartman's soul. Even still, none of this is a unique idea. There's so much competition for this. YouTube Kids being a huge one, however poorly it's run, it's still a very viable family content streaming platform for the most part. But how are you going to take negative shit out of the news? Are you only going to broadcast news stories that are about sunshine and puppies made out of flowers? It makes no sense. And even if you did pull all of this off, it's already been done before, Butch. It's just not a good idea. And you're only asking for $250,000 to make all of this come to life? You've got to be snorting coke off of Danny Phantom's thermos to be thinking that number's enough to get your shit going. I understand you're not using $250K for the entire thing, but you're using it for your phase one, like you say a bit later in their pitch. And it's still just way too low to get this going in any fashion whatsoever. You couldn't buy a single show for your streaming platform. You couldn't even get it all built for $250,000. Actual investors wouldn't even take the time to spit in your face for $250,000.
That will allow you to upload your own family-friendly content whenever you want. Daughter's birthday party? Let's see it. Son's graduation? Upload it. Anniversary? Trip to the zoo? Share it. But understand, this is family-friendly. It has to meet our high-quality standards and pass through our special O-Axis filter. Let's make it fun, but keep it clean.
Watch out, O-Axis is the YouTube killer here. I'm sure they're also going to be releasing a Battle Royale component of O-Axis as well to compete with Fortnite and take that bitch down as well. I just can't see that going over well. There's just nothing else to say about that. I don't think there's any rational person out there that's ever used the internet that hears that part right there and doesn't think it's going to be abused and just a pile of shit.
Join us in our mission because we need to raise $250,000 for our first phase of startup costs. These include developing our video platform, hiring creative staff and producers to produce original content, and to acquire already finished projects that fit our entertainment model.
None of which can be achieved with $250,000. You might as well be trying to buy all of those things with packs of gum.
With the O-Axis platform, we can change family-friendly entertainment for the better.
Better in your opinion, Butch. Some people like modern family-friendly content just the way it is. All in all, this is just not a good idea at all. I'm not going to call it a scam because I genuinely think Butch thinks it can happen, which it absolutely can't for $250,000. So I really hope it doesn't reach his goal because then everyone's just going to lose a lot of money and be very disappointed when it doesn't deliver. But I mean, I fucking love you, Butch. It's just, this idea has not only been done, but it's been done very well by companies that already have a background in this sort of thing. And essentially what you're doing is taking what they're doing and making it even more bloated by just taking every form of content that's ever existed in cyberspace, news, gaming, Twitch live streaming, kids like Fortnite News Hour. What about grass? Let's put grass in tubes on the Tube Grass channel on Oaxis. And then just run that through your family-friendly content filter. It's just not going to work. And especially with personal uploads where people are going to upload a whole bunch of shit, you're not going to have the infrastructure to go through each one of those manually and determine if that meets your high standards. It's just not going to work, and even if it did, it's not a good idea. Because there's already so many options for family-friendly content out there that fill everything you have already said in this video. So yeah, that's it. So yeah. What's up everybody, it's Critical. How many of you wish that your iPhone charger was a little bit sexier? If you're anything like me, you're disappointed every time you plug in your phone to charge it because it's just so boring and standard and generic. It's not hot at all. It's too small to go into my asshole and it's too big to go into my urethra. So what am I going to do with it besides just regularly charge my phone, which is just not sexy? Well, finally, there's a solution to that problem. It's called Paul, and it was a Kickstarter project that I just cannot believe was not successfully funded. And I'm going to say it's probably the name. I think Paul is a pretty stupid name for a sexy product like this. I would have given it a much cooler name, like fucking Titanius Thorgore. Now let's just check out the fucking pitch. Here it is, it's Paul, the half-a-mannequin torso people have been begging for years. I too like to caress the chest of mannequins as well as wipe their ass crack with my finger. Finally, I can have a statue at home I can not only molest, but I can also charge my phone on.
We live in a world where the number of Facebook friends you have and the elegance of your...
Oh yeah, nothing gets my engine fired up quite like girls blowing on charging ports. Yum.
selfies determines the quality of your mate. In this type of environment, it has become important to own really sexy technology.
Ugh, so hot, licking phone screen. Ugh. I don't get his fucking idea here. It's important to have sexy technology because it's important we post selfies on the internet. Why does the technology have to be sexy? If I'm a big-tittied sexy girl who wants to post a sexy picture online, I don't need a slick sexy piece of technology to do it. I could take the picture with a fucking rusty toilet paper roll that happens to have camera functionality, and it would just be the same. It would be the same fucking result.
Meet Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Paul is the sexiest smartphone charger on the planet. Hi, I'm Justin, father of Paul. I created Paul because I wanted my technology to do more than just represent my sexuality. I want my technology to literally be sexy.
Yeah, nothing says sexy like Paul shitting out a charging cord wire. Oh yeah, that's great stuff, just pulling a small intestine out of his fucking anus. Why do you need your technology to be expressive of your sexuality? What's the point? I like fettuccine alfredo, but I don't expect my technology to look or taste like fettuccine alfredo. It's just stupid. Why would it? What's the point?
This versatile design object doubles as a beautiful piece of classical art. It is a fantastic conversation object and can inspire creativity in the work.
Yep, that looks good to me. Just yanking a dingleberry out of his rectum here. Wow, that's great looking. I don't understand what he means by inspire creativity in the workplace. I don't exactly imagine a future where these are mandated by companies. Excuse me, employees, if you need to charge your phones, we have a room dedicated to some Paul outlets over there. They help inspire creativity. Feel free to use them at any point throughout the workday. And I don't think they'd see their productivity jump up 20% per quarter.
Paul is more than just a fun way to charge your smartphone. This project is about exploring mobile technology's effect on human sexuality. I need your help to move past the prototype phase and to do the first small production run of Paul's. I'm really excited about this project, and I know that Paul will love it in your home. Adopt a Paul of your own by backing this project today. Thanks, Kickstarters.
Yeah, she's just square dancing with the Paul. How many of us dance with mannequins? Let's be honest here. Pretty much everyone's done it at some point. Really don't understand the point of this project, but, I'm sure there was a market for it. I'm sure there still is, and I'm sure it will eventually get tapped into at some point. But yeah, see ya.